guys. You and your puns. You and your shape obsession. Insatiable. The lot of you. We're here for maybe the final episode of Tunic. How long has it been since I started a stream saying that? The problem, however, is that I don't actually know. Hang on. So, there are 12 of those. And there are 12 tentacles. Coincidence? Could be. So where we left off is, I have found all of the fairies, and I am surprised that that was not the condition for triggering the true end, or the whatever. I guess you're not supposed to call it the true end. There's just two different endings, neither one superior to the other. We found all of them, and the only thing I really got for it was one instruction book page. This has so few instructions here that I almost wonder, is this a situation where I have to figure out this puzzle? In the same vein as Understand, with nothing to work with, no blips or boops. That I just have to go, oh, starting at 12? Well, I think I see what's going on here. There is a 22 on here. And where was there's somewhere that there's a 22. That of all the things that I wish I could read, is that even the same design around the outside? Because that's obviously page 22. It is. Okay, so it really does seem like the answer to that is not figure out how to read. Which is good, because I can't read this. It seems to be go to each of those pages. But I went to the first one, which was 12, and didn't see anything that looked like it would lead me to another page. Right? There's a little thing saying go to page 14, go to 17, go to 13. There is no 14, there is no 17, and there is no 13. What, then, am I meant to do? I am still kind of amazed that I got the wind chime puzzle. Like, that seems like the meanest puzzle that we've had in this so far. All the other ones, fairly, they witness style put a shapy line on the ground. And it's like, oh, I just noticed that it's a shapy line. Got it. It's also kind of like, so Fez, because I played through Fez and got almost all the way done. There were like 3 or 4 things that I didn't get. And I guess it had the same sort of thing where it said like, hey, here's the room where you get one of the cubes. But one of them was basically impossible. It was an ARG level puzzle where you needed a whole community to figure it out. Yeah, because I was thinking of Fez because of the wind chime one, because there's multiple ones in there where it's like, oh, you need to, like, smash your ear up against the speaker because there is faintly something playing binaurally. And you have to listen to which speaker is, and it's like, wow, I never would have. I couldn't even, they were faint enough that I couldn't even hear them. Let alone, I'm not playing with headphones. I guess. I look at Fez as having an unfair level of difficulty in the last, few ones that I didn't get. Although that's purely just opinion. But this so far has been like quite a cheer. I haven't had a stream where I sat here for, days and days trying to figure something out. Like, I know where the puzzles are and have an idea of, what in general I'm trying to do. Are 49 or 50 any of the... 50 is one of the numbers. Maybe somewhere, like, hidden in the grain of the... Oh, that would be a neat hint. Because, right, wasn't this misprinted? This page is actually misprinted. Where the yellow and the blue print heads were not aligned. Is that it? Do I have to up the resolution a little bit? Oh, I also, speaking of, I forgot to change the bit rate. I said I was going to do that. So that maybe we don't get as many frame issues. Right, yeah. About knowing what date the soundtrack was released. And it was an ARG. I said ARG, but it was really that the internet came together and brute forced the combo. And then after the fact, I guess reverse engineered it. The graphically intense game, true. So I am now sitting too close to the TV and attempting to see if there's anything in the grain of the printing where there's another number or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Hopefully it's not like where I found the page, because I've forgotten that. Also, I think they'd all be even or all be odd if that was the case. It's not like... That's such a nice touch. Those are staple holes. Where the instruction booklet would have been stapled together. And then I suppose was ripped apart so they could be scattered around the world. Alright, so if it's not this, if I'm not going to work on this puzzle right now, what else is there? There's learn to read, which I don't think I'm going to do. I'm gonna try not to do it. There's something on this page. Oh, there's the chest on this page, which I have no idea how to get unless I read that. Unfortunate. Actually, I'm near the thing. Let's go over there just to review. Which ones do I have? I am missing 2, 3, 9, and 11. Even I was looking for a page number before, but it could even be just a direction. It could be that somewhere on that page is going to be an up arrow or a right arrow or something. Maybe that's what I should be looking for. All right, so 32, 34. In fact, I already have these written down, don't I? 32, 34, 40, and 53. Not 53, 51. I'm going to jot down. I know in 51 I can't get. That's instruction book, page 1. Required. 40. 40 is chest frozen in bridge. $34 is seemingly inaccessible area. What is this place called? The Ruined Atoll. Ruined Atoll. Cloud Arrow. And 32 is leaf pile room. I guess we go to the leaf pile room. So I should write down, aside from those 4, there is also open, big door, and there is also learn to read noob. Those are my 6 puzzles, not all of which necessarily have to be accomplished. I don't know whether I need to find all of the treasures in order to open the door. I don't know if I need to read to accomplish anything. This is the wrong way. Yeah, Eastern Vault. I also worry that maybe the reading thing isn't as hard as I'm making it out to be. Because I definitely spent a good chunk of time. I mean, I've been, in the back of my head, I've been doing it the whole time. Like, trying to figure out if there's something I can puzzle out. But it also, you know, with the, whatever, hour or 2 that I feel like I put in last stream and discovered nothing. So what in here suggests a particular series of buttons that I could push? Directions. Those leaves did not turn into anything, nor did those, nor did those. You fell. It's not helpful. The music here is unique. This isn't music that I've heard anywhere else, but... And there isn't anything else on this page. It's just the location. Seemingly just says, here is the location. Oh, what? What does that one do? I equipped it thinking, oh, this will set my sword on fire so that I may incinerate the leaves. And I'm like, surely in the instructions it said incinerate means to burn, right? And it's like, no, incinerate means you have no life total anymore. They're like, whoa, fire and no life. Oh, what a curious. Perhaps if I came in here and blew myself up with a bomb, then when I came back here with, you know, my ghost, I would be able to beat the game. I feel like the other ones have been... Well, they've been a variety of different difficulties. I don't want to say other ones have been easy. Maybe if I just start putting in... Thought maybe each time you hit one, the leaf piles would move. I don't think I have... Nope. Why a broom? Are the shadows moving in a... No way. No, they're kind of going all over. You guys can actually tell me, is it the moving shadows? Because if it is, then I'll try to piece it out, but if not, it's going to be a waste of, like, it really doesn't look like there's... Okay, it's not the shadows, thank you. That is good. Oh, actually, there's light beams up there. But they're just kind of slowly moving to the right. Why would Scavenger's Mask be underlined? Like, its use is pretty obvious. When you get it, you're like, oh, okay, I need this in order to breathe and exist. Those are mana potions. Well, oh, which do they? They do refuel your mana. Interesting. Which is your health. So you still get your health back. But I suppose by taking it on and off, you could use a whole bunch of mana, then switch and fill it back up. If you wanted. Get off Mr. Bones' Wild Run. Oh, wait! There was a fourth pile? Was it invisible to people who don't have bones? You can just barely see that there is a pile of leaves right there. Was this on the outside hinting that you need to keep those 3 leaf piles intact while getting rid of the top one? Or the opposite? Booloo-loo-loo-loo. Booloo-loo, I insist. I am unsure what I did correct. What? What? Was it just hit all... Because I definitely did clear out all 4. But... It was just take out this pile last? That was the whole puzzle? Okay. Leaf pile room defeated. Wait, I destroyed that pile but left the other ones? I don't know. The order didn't matter. Incredible. So what you're saying is that I had applied a rule that was in fact more strict than the rule that was being enforced by the game. Did you ever think that I was doing it on purpose as a reference to the other game that I play? My machinations lay undetected for years. I see how it is. What am I doing? Where am I going? Why do I exist? The chest frozen in the bridge. Oh no, this way is fine. This is not the way. Oh, isn't this the back entrance and I can't get back up? Yeah, it sure is. Oh, I got the dash here. That's right. There's a lot of candles in this room, but they're not a puzzle. Can't fool me. That's pretty funny, except that I also overthink and understand. Probably more so than in other games. Also, I don't think I can actually get in at all in this entrance, which is a shame. I guess I go all the way back, then? Because you can't climb up the, boss rush room. No. That's not true. I think that was probably a bug. I don't think I was allowed to do that at all. And by allowed, I mean forced by gravity. Oh, really? You also died there. I thought that I had discovered something cool. I was wrong. Did get me where I wanted to go. So there was already a thing that I had to do in this room that opened up the wall. Which brought me out to here. No secret passage. Feels like if I could go through this wall somehow. Oh, it's just that. Thanks. Random scratches on the walls. Usually you have to do the thing in order to get the chest to appear. Oops. This page isn't even necessarily the solution. It is starting to feel like I need to be able to read in order to get this last one. I have a lot of money. I guess I've found, well, maybe all the power-ups in the game. Maybe not. There might be one or two left. Well. And the other things I definitely can't do. Ruined Atoll, I can't figure out what I have to do to get back there. We'll maybe never figure it out. Wasn't that the fairy spell? Do I not have fairies anymore? I do. They don't do anything. So I don't have the instruction book page 1, which I suppose I'm just going to have to find somewhere. That's annoying. That could also be what's on the other side of the giant... Like, there's the giant important door, and the only thing on the other side is just the cover of the instruction booklet. A chest that is frozen in the bridge. I'm trying to think what makes sense here. Did I do something to make this bridge appear, or was it already? Was I a ghost? Can I lead a bad guy in here? Not these guys, they're worthless. Probably fruitless. He's coming, though. Battle on the big bridge. Here we go. Don't know what I expected. Bunch of blood rubies came out, but no. The chest's thirst for blood was not sated. Tragic. It would really... I know. It seems like I either need a way to destroy this, which we've never found. I've never had to destroy ghost matter. Or there is a passage somewhere over here which will let me walk on the inside of the bridge. But I don't see anything like that. And there's nothing on the map to suggest that either. This and number 1 have a couple of things in common. They both start with the, and then there's something, and then that thing with the dot at the bottom, and then something, and then another thing. And then they end with that same symbol that over there has a circle. There isn't like... They zoom the camera out as if that's going to help me somehow. Is there any action that I took in here that makes it, like, really obvious that there's some series of words which are obviously associated with one of these numbers? What was even up there? What was 9? What was 10? This. I'd really, really love to know how to read. Like, then I could solve puzzles. Wouldn't that be fun? I think, if possible, I would like some small hint on how to interpret this language. I don't know what would constitute a small hint, but no matter how much I puzzle over it, it doesn't seem like I'm going to get any closer. The two words here on 54, I imagine. Yeah, there's nothing on 53. 54. So I was already confident about or. Oh, well, I might have to change one or more assumptions, like the word or. So what I thought when that was revealed is that, that if that is or, then maybe it really is like you read the interior SW, that's somehow SW, and then the exterior, OR. And then the next letter, that would be D. But if that's true, then the is a That would mean that TH would be the interior, the thing that looks like a broom. And then the exterior, the top, would be E. But I know that that's an A. I feel very confident that's an A. I don't think we're going to challenge that assumption. But then that means that I'm wrong. And also, if this is Fox, like, that doesn't make any sense. Especially because the thing that I just said was SW. Yeah, we've been over this. The thing that I said was SW, that's the end of the word Fox. Fox is spelled FOXXXXXXSW. Which, I mean, it's not. The whole thing seems to be like, hey, combine two things, an interior and exterior, in order to get a character. Each of those means something. I guess, has he ever been identified as a fox? Is he actually a fennec? Or perhaps a jackal? Just a very orange jackal with a tail and a sword? Jackals normally carry great axes. Jackals... I don't know, man. Wow. Like, say I take a message like the one at this one here. Right. And then the third character has no exterior at all. It's just the two vertical lines on the inside. Maybe. Hold on. Hold on. I want to say, like, is it a counting system? Like, there's 5. Is that it? There's 5 lines. So is it like 5 in binary? Like each one of them can be on or off. So you have 1, 2, or 2, 32? 32 different possibilities? They don't have all of them here. They only wrote out 18 for some reason. And then down there you have, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? So 6-bit number. So 64. But that would leave me with no... Because then I could take each one of these and I don't know. Is there more than 6? Because the vertical line, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the middle line can be either the top or bottom or both. So that's a total of 6, I guess. Even though that doesn't quite match what language looks like. So... But then that's also not how you would how you would combine those two systems. You wouldn't just say, well, the inside is 13 and the outside is 20, so this number is 34. You wouldn't just add them together. You'd get a meaningless number. You'd be losing information instead of having more information. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not getting this language. If it were done out as a simple enough, cipher where it was like each one of these is a letter, it's like, well, that can be brute force. I don't need to know anything. I can just mash letters against symbols until I figure out the answer. But that's not it. Like, even if I were to assume, like, okay, I think that says water for 60 seconds, right? How? nothing in one of the word, like, that would mean that the letter R is repeated, and there's nothing repeated here. There's nothing in the first word. I mean, that symbol, but it's missing part of the interior, so I don't think that's it. Yeah, this really doesn't seem possible to decide, and I'm sure it is. It is possible. It's one of those things where I'm like, if I just had a couple of words that other than the and an, or a, and or, if I just had a couple of words, I could maybe piece it together. And for them to go like this, like, yeah, this is fox and this is sword. And I'm like, then why is fox longer than sword? It's clearly not, like, one of them has to be wrong. I don't, though. This can't be fox. And that can't be sword. Or else I haven't made any progress at all. There's especially no way that could be O, the middle thing. And there's no other word that I can think that you would call the protagonist. Air? But then which one of these is which? Is that an R at the end? Is that an H? We combine, or no, H, is that it? Like H, what are the, how do you spell air? I know how, but I just need to make sure. Where's your frickin' name? Didn't they put the word air right in here? Yeah, it is. H-E-I-R. And then they're like, combine R with something else to make the beginning of sword? So this could be H plus E. And then this is I. And then this is R. But the word that I've, like, so confidently called or does not contain anything that looks like an R. And the HE doesn't look anything like the word the, which it should if there's an H and an E in both of those. If I'm overthinking, then how would a stupid person solve this? Stupid person would say his name is probably Greg. Because it starts with a G. You can see that character looks like a G. So his name is probably Greg. And he probably spells it without a G at the end. Or they would say if you want a sword, just draw a thing that looks like a sword. They can't be fox and sword is not a true statement. Okay. That last letter doesn't seem like it can be X because there's no reason that you would combine an X and something in order to start saying sword. Unless we're going with like an alphabet where they only have 24 letters and X isn't one of the ones they decided to get rid of. It's like, no, we spell sword XRD. We don't have S's or O's. Assumptions that I am making about the language. It is translatable to English. Let's do that as the first one. It is not its own Gostak language. It is something where these symbols translate into English letters, which then spell out something in English. So that's one. The characters are translatable to English letters which form English words. I guess, yeah, because if I'm wrong on that one, if it actually is like hieroglyphic or Gostakian or something, then I would need to know that. You would have to just tell me. Okay. My next assumption is that these 18 symbols here are showing the different ways that you could write the outside of a... I don't know what to call them. If I call like a single section a symbol, we'll call it symbol. We'll call one of these things a symbol. And it's like, so a symbol is composed of an interior and an exterior. These represent the 18 exteriors, which there's 5 different things, which could either be, toggled on or off. And the lower represents the 24 different combinations that you could form the interior of a symbol. Because a symbol consists of the combination of those two things with a line through the middle. And the line is, I guess, not part of the reading, other than maybe it's a word separator. I assume that if something translates to a particular letter, then it does so all the time. That it is not the case that, like, the little up arrow could be an A sometimes, but then in another letter it could be something else. Which that's the most confusing thing, because if that's not true, then how do read? So that may not be true then. That's 2 assumptions rolled into one. Is it? What did I say? That if a symbol or part of a symbol translates to a letter, then it will always translate to that letter when found in other symbols. Is what I seem to be saying. That seems like one assumption, and I must have said something else at the same time. So, for example, the 2 things forming an up on the outside at the top, if that is an A, which I believe it is, maybe that was the second assumption, is that is an A. But if that is a letter, then it is always that letter when found in other symbols. Oh, to your... I don't follow you. Garrett's response to my first assumption said the words translate to English words. Because I specifically was not saying I think these words translate to English words. I think they translate to English letters, which form words. That they're not hieroglyphic in nature. Like, this represents, something. So if symbol translations are consistent, why do I think that? Because I don't know how a language could work otherwise. I don't have any in-game reason for believing that to be true, but that is... I mean, it's not how, like, Chinese works, but it's how English works, is that if you draw a letter, it is always that letter. It doesn't always make the same, that I'm not going to have to worry about phonetics or whatever, that I will be able to take do and go, this says money, and that means the word money. It not necessarily each symbol is its own character, but that in some way looking at the lines will lead you to translate it to the letter M, the letter O, the letter N, the letter E, the letter Y, and then you read it like a normal human being. So other assumptions that I have. I assume, and I guess, please do confirm this. This first symbol right here is the word the. Because it appears so frequently, and so frequently in front of nouns, that I believe it has to be. Makes sense. And I assume, therefore, that somehow that symbol encompasses the three English letters T, H, and E. That in some way, I don't know how to express that in a way that could be think of the end of fox and the beginning of sword. I mean, one ends in an X and the other ends in an S. X is made up of straight lines and S is made up of curves. Do some of these W is made up of straight lines? Like, I can see that they took the last part of... I can see that they took the third symbol here, combined it with the symbol that I think means or. Right. They took the third symbol, combined it with the symbol that I assume means or, and got that, which they used to start sword, which is how we got into the whole fox ends with the letters SW. Fox ends with an X. That symbol looks like an X. What does it end with? A tail. What riddles are these? Fox ends with a consonant. So it could be that consonants and vowels are separate or combined. Why could these use the same symbol? The only thing that I can think of is phonetic. If we were translating from symbols into sounds, not English letters. Like if it's like there are no vowels and this is just the sound F, the sound K, and the sound S. That instead of translating into English letters, we're translating into sounds. Which you have already said was certainly not true. Or is that the deal that you said, oh, they translate into English words, when I was saying they translate into English letters? Do they not? Because that was why I asked for, confirmation on that. Because if they translate into sounds rather than letters, I feel like that's... It would also mean that you can't take a symbol and say this is this letter no matter where it appears, because letters are pronounced in different ways. The longer this takes me, the more I don't like it. Especially because it would have been fun to figure out as a normal cipher. I think at this part you'll just have to tell me what it is that I have wrong. Because I think we're having a miscommunication where I say, okay, you've confirmed this, and now it's turning out you haven't. But that doesn't help me. It definitely does not help me to hear that I am elaborating very well. That puts me no closer to understanding. Okay, so is it sounds? Because if it is, I feel like I've been lied to. I feel like I definitely, as clearly as I possibly could, said, I believe... Okay. So if it's just sounds... then my understanding that symbol is or... Because then this isn't English. Because this is S, and then or, and then D. And that's not how you spell sword. Because if it's purely phonetic, then, yeah, then I think you failed to answer a question that I was asking. Because I was trying to say, okay, it is not English text. Thank you. So if this is actually... Oh, this is going to be hard to write down, then. So then I'm not sure what the... No. That's absolutely not what I'm talking about. If you have to if you don't spell it with English letters, then it's not English. Or that, I guess, is why you were saying, like, oh, you combine two assumptions. But I felt like you said, I feel like you said true. I mean, obviously it's translatable into English because everything is translatable into English. Like, you figure out what it means and then you say the English version of it. But that's not... I know. So, how does this help me find out more words? So is the outside the vowel sound? Or it's what you say after? You say the inside, then outside? Oh, it's okay. I don't think that you meant to, but yeah, it was not a, like, I really don't think I was I was trying very hard to ask very specifically, do these translate to English letters? And I feel like I got the answer yes, which they don't. They do translate to English words, but they don't translate to English letters. So this only gives me a handful of sounds, but from here, hopefully, there are other words that I... So this one might be like a K sound. And the first thing is f plus ah. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm sure if I play it back, it'll say what you say I said, but